Good morning, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. Today's the 27th of December. It is Friday. We are looking at a momentum rally in carryover mode. We've started to get into accumulation on the SPY, still an explosive price movement. Let's take a look at a 4-hour chart real quick. The markets are opening a little lower, 599.20 right now. Still above yesterday's opening price, but kind of in the middle of the range. We're looking at kind of a fairly big explosive move potentially today. So I would suggest that we're going to move in this area upward into maybe this 603, 604 area before we move sideways. Let's take a look back over here into our gap reversal and topping pattern on the 31st. So where we're going to be in that topping pattern is possibly back up here near new all-time highs again, with the top rolling around right over in this area. So I do believe we're looking at an upward day today. The momentum rally pattern is going to carry us, I believe, higher, rolling us out of this level. Then we move into the topping, bottoming, pausing phase, rolling back downward, as I discussed yesterday, rolling back downward into a congestion pattern. You can see I kind of drew it yesterday in this yellow phase, but obviously we're going to probably be a little higher. So without rearranging all of these lines, let's just draw this as we saw our move yesterday as our breakaway to the upside. We have this breakaway continuation today with a rally continuation, possibly back up into this area, rolling back down into consolidation, rolling potentially back up, maybe to all-time highs, and then rolling into this topping pattern, which rolls us downward out over here near the middle of January, kind of giving us this move right here. So there's that same type of move on the yellow line as I drew on the green line. We will eventually roll over into a major top over here in February, which will roll downward potentially again. So remember, we were looking for these deep lows. This is a very deep low here, was the big buy opportunity, in my opinion. We could still get another major low back out over here in January 21st through the 25th or 26th, let's say. We are seeing quite a bit of strength right now. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But I do believe this move here back down into this downtrend is going to set up another deep low, potentially out in this area, which is going to be our buy zone, and which is where we want to try to become a bit more heavily invested. Okay, so we're looking at this secondary area right over here as the buy zone. That's going to be our area that I think we're going to be looking at a very solid, very aggressive low that's going to set up off of this deep move here near or after the inauguration, and setting up a fairly deep low, giving us that opportunity into the buy zone. So we're looking at a bit of a rally today. A momentum rally should carry out nicely to the upside, should potentially push us up into the 604, maybe 603 and a half, 604 and a half area on the SPY. And I think we're going to be looking at a pretty good move to the upside today. QQQs will likely follow the same kind of outline. We saw our little rally here yesterday. We are at 527.74 pre-market down in this area. We'll probably rally back up into this 532 area, maybe 533 area fairly cleanly if the momentum rally hits. Okay, let's go take a look at gold and silver. Gold and silver rolled down a little bit overnight. You can see silver's down a bit harder than gold. Let me spread this, get rid of that, get rid of some of these lines. You can see here gold and silver flagging out really cleanly, flagging right now. You can see these lows back over here, across here, and then you can see across these highs down here. That's kind of a washout. So let's just go across here right now. And same thing back over here, kind of across these highs. And now potentially, one second, up across these lows. So I think we're moving into a slight flagging formation in metals. You can see this downward cycle channel, but I think we're moving into this flagging formation here. I would kind of expect to see silver move in this type of a structure, moving up into this structure here, rolling and then up and out, hopefully. And gold, seeing as though where we're at, we've already got this move here, a push higher coming back in. So I would call this an A, B, C, D, E structure. And we will see how this plays out. But right now, flagging in this channel, gold and silver staying in this, 2620 to 2660 area for gold, and silver staying above, say, 2980 and up into this 3150, 3160 area, up in this area would be very, very healthy. And I think that's probably a very good outcome through the end of the year, unless something major happens. So now let's come over here to Bitcoin. I was looking at Bitcoin earlier, yesterday actually, and what's interesting is we go all the way back here and auto scale. We had talked about this flagging formation. I'm going to modify the color, make it yellow, make it gold color, and now I'm just going to extend this all the way out. And I want you to see that same congestion period that's set up back over here in November has now become our flagging formation over here, in the sideways flagging that we are now breaking to the downside. So it's very clear that we have entered into a sideways consolidation phase with somewhat of a head and shoulders formation setting up. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and potential breakdown. And so now we're still looking for that move down here into flagging consolidation, which is going to be similar to this area here. And I will draw that as a big rectangle. You can see this range here consolidated very cleanly with a, well, let me make it a different color. That consolidation range right over here gives us our next breakdown consolidation area right here for Bitcoin. It's going to be almost a mirror top, it looks like, in the sense of how we roll. We are going to roll potentially downward. We are going to roll down into this consolidation phase around 86,000, staying in this congestion range for a period of time, and then potentially break downward as the excess phase peak pattern plays out. It looks to me like this is a very clean, rolling head and shoulders topping formation. I mean, we could still see some upward movement. I'm not discounting the fact that there's a chance that we could rally back out of this, but we have essentially attempted to move downward here on our channeling pattern. You can see how we've kind of flagged out right across these lows and across these highs. So we need to watch this, let's call it 94,400 level. 94,400 would be the key breakdown area. And remember, this goes all the way back to this breakdown area back over here. We were talking about how, during this flagging formation that, if we got above this level, we would start to see rallying. And if we got down below this level down here, which was our intermediate high or low, we would start to get a breakdown. So again, same type of setup. If we get above this flagging level, let's call it here, we would be looking at a very solid bullish trend. And if we get below this level here, we would be looking at a breakdown. So we've got basically 92,300 as a breakdown and roughly 100,430 as a breakaway rally phase. We are trapped in this little channel. And until we get above or below these kind of levels, actually move this down to here, which is 99,550. So until we get above those levels, that's resistance. This is support. And this level here is 92,300. 92,300. And this level is 99,550. So until we kind of get above these levels, 99,550, we have a breakaway rally. 92,300, we have a breakdown. Okay. 94,400 is the intermediate level of support. Getting below this level means that we've got weakness headed down to 92,300 and headed down to this 86,700 area. So again, we're looking at a pretty interesting rolling head and shoulders formation here, guys. And it looks to me like it's a very clean rolling head and shoulders formation, about ready to break down into this mode here, which could last out into January 5th, 6th, 7th, before it attempts to break down even further. Now, that's kind of interesting in the sense that when we come back over here and we look at the move across here with the SPY, we're moving kind of into a broadening formation over here, a broadening, tightening formation rolling across these highs. If we fail to get up into new all-time highs, we will be rolling into a right shoulder here as well. So interesting that we have left shoulder, head, and possible rolling into right shoulder here as well. So we will see how it plays out. Honestly, guys, we will see how things play out over the next couple of weeks before the inauguration. Right now, we play it one day at a time, and we are looking for a momentum rally phase today on the SPY. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I'll talk to you later.